top of Mount Morton Hill. I've seen that designation as well for each. This is a Native American structure up here. You see several small, low walls made out of indigenous material by Native Americans. The JSU Archaeology Department went through great pains and ruled out any of this being a natural formation. Ruled out any possibility of it being any kind of colonial or settler structure. And it's also nothing like that's been left by the CCZs or the military. This is not the remnants of some kind of dozier going through here and making a roadway. This is not a rock pile that's just been pushed up by earth-moving equipment. They've done several dig tests up here. There's no plow points. No one threw these rocks out of the way while they were cultivating this area. There's no nails. There's no indication that this has ever been occupied by Europeans or ever constructed by Europeans. The structures, these low stone walls, are very typical low stone walls in this area throughout the southeast. They go back probably to as far as the archaic Native American occupation habitation.
Alright, well, we're going to be bringing people more stuff like this. Again, I'm John, I'm behind the camera, this is Bill. This is an independent project that we're doing. We do some other stuff too. I'm sure you're familiar with us on other venues, but we want to bring you some historical places around Alabama and some historical facts. We're going to be doing some filming up here. Hope you guys enjoy it. And also we'll do other places. We'll catch you guys later.
Several people.
Look at this wall right here. This wall goes all along as far as you can see, and it's placed. Definitely man-made. We're walking, we're following it right now. Bill's in front of it. But this is a nice historical piece right here that we wanted to show you. Very nice. Very interesting. I'm very interested and know several people that are very interested in historical artifacts, Native American, battlefield kind of things, Civil War, cemeteries. That's just some of the stuff we want to bring you guys in the future. But as you can see, we're following this wall right along its foundation. The settlers here, the Cherokee and Choctaw most likely. Or should I say Cherokee or Choctaw? The Choctaw were mound builders, so I'm guessing Choctaw. Choctaw were known for building mounds, and this is one of them. Bill, what would you say the purpose for building these mounds were? What kind of purpose do you think they would serve?
It's all ritualistic. There's no practical reason to do it. It's certainly not a wall like a fort. It's not for defensive purposes. I mean, it would offer so little defense that it can't be for that. It's ritualistic.
Think they're doing something to the gods or something? Maybe a tribute?
It's perhaps. If you've ever seen the Serpent Mound in Moundville, you notice that right at the end of the open serpent's mouth is a egg, as though that serpent is swallowing the egg.
Right.
people have guessed that that may even be some kind of seasonal thing, transitional thing, the way even the mound is aligned. It may have to do with the seasonal changes. I noticed that that wall here snakes through
Right.
the woods, and here behind you, John, is what could be because it seems to be the larger, rounder, higher termination of that wall.
Right.
And look here to my right and left at the end of the head. There's two small low corns that could be.
Right.
Could these be eggs?
Yeah.
Are we seeing a recreation of the serpent now? Is this the serpent about to swallow a couple of eggs? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, you can kind of see the buildup right here. One thing about Native American culture that intrigues me is, from my experience and my research, Native Americans never did anything just to do it. It always had a purpose. They wouldn't do something just to say, well, I'm going to build a mound, or I'm going to do this. Everything that I've seen and researched had some kind of purpose. It wasn't nothing to pass time. I mean, it was something something purposeful. And I don't know what your opinions are on some of the taller mounds, like you were talking about, the human sacrifice kind of thing. Don't know. I know Native Americans there was a god of everything, a god of, wind, fire, earth. So that's pagan in itself, kinda, without they even realized it. I mean, so was that a way to saturate the earth? In some of these mounds, you see some of the sacrifices where they would, you've heard historically, they would behead somebody and let the head roll down the mound and spill the blood on the top. So some of that's possible too. Although I don't think that's the case here. This looks more like a tribute kind of thing, a landmark for them.
Excavation of this particular structure didn't reveal any kind of human habitation or burial or any kind of carnal ritual sacrifice. There's been no bones found in this area of any import.
Yeah. Well, very cool stuff. We're going to keep on moving along, and we'll definitely see what else this area holds. Alright folks, something else we've seen here at the bottom. We're on the bottom side of this wall, and this is what I'm going to call it, because it clearly
is that a natural structure?
Is what it is. Yeah, we'll let you guys be the judge. Is it natural or man-made? I mean, again, you can see it follows all the way down. It's like a wall.
Now, is this freeze crop? Is this where it's fresh grow? Is this stacked stone?
See, that looks like stacked stone to me. That looks like it was stacked. You can see this. You can see the crevices where it looks like they may have stacked it. So, very interesting. Again, it's out here. You just gotta look. And these definitely look stacked. Right here. I'm going to walk all along, just let you kind of look at the view. down. You can see it just kind of taper out. Pretty cool. Pretty interesting. And here's the bluff we're looking off of. You can see all the way down there.
The wall is here.
And here's another. It's almost like. Yeah, I'm gonna ease down. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
This is not a natural formation.
You
It's
can
not
see
made
it.
by somebody cutting the road through here.
Starts about right here and it goes. We'll walk and show you here. A straight line. It's almost like they did it in tiers. Bill, could this have been are we standing on the side of a pyramid mound? When you reach a certain level, look at that. Look at the levels all the way down. Look down there. It's like tiers all the way down. And we're like on the 1, 2, 3. We're like on the 6th, 7th tier.
It's not likely that this is a giant earthen mound. It is likely that someone took a hill here.
And made it out of it. And made it. But I mean, made steps out of it.
Yeah, made a terraced mound out of it.
Yeah, made steps out of it. Like you reach a certain, go up to this, because there's a level down there the same way. It's a tier, and it's tiers all the way down through there.
Look, all that. See a third. And I say third one, only from here is a third.
Yeah.
There's tiers of something.
But we're following this tier here. It looks like it looks as though it tiers all the way down from the top to the bottom. Looks like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe on the 5th one right here. 6, 7. Hey, 7 tiers. Does that think that's coincidental? Not sure how familiar some of you are with the Bible, but 7 is the number of completion. So the fact that there's 7 tiers, it looks like, I don't know, could be coincidence. Could be something to it. No, they didn't have a week. But they did count.
They did count.
Yeah.
Like I said, their calendar was seasonal. From spring equinox was going to be 360-something odd days. They also had the winter equinox. They noticed that. They had 4 seasons. They knew that. That was agricultural.
Yeah.
Every year we count as 52 weeks. 52 probably never entered in their imagination that we know of.
You think maybe they just counted so high and started over?
Year to year.
Probably.
Year to year.
Yeah.
And the ages of their people.
Yeah.
Their ages of the people.
Yeah.
They would know how many summers it had been. They would count from full moon or new moon to full moon.
Hence why you get the term 1,000 moons. That's...
Yeah, their year was seasonal, solar, and lunar.
Yeah, so-and-so hasn't happened in 3 moons. So, yeah.
You're at the termination of the wall there. It doesn't go down.
Not sure if you can hear Bill, but he's talking about that this is probably the end of the wall of where it stops on this tier. amazing what you'll find out here.
If these people are gone, been gone.
I was talking to Bill mid-conversation here. Just thought it'd be an interesting spot to do a recording. We're noticing these tiers and levels here, and I mentioned what was very interesting about it is that it symbolizes, it resembles Freemasonry to an extent because of the levels you're ascending. And Bill was talking about that you see this stuff in way further south.
Mesoamerica.
Yeah, and the Aztecs and stuff like that. So some of this could have been a precursor for that. Is what he was talking about. And they would have built a lot more complex structures as they got better at it. That's what he was elaborating on. So, yeah, elaborate on that a little more.
There's pretty good indication that Mesoamericans, the Mayans, in fact, made it to North Georgia. North Georgia may have been on a trade route, and there's very good anecdotal evidence that the Mayans were in North Georgia. There's even some indication. I go back to I can't think of the guy's name, but he had a map that pretty much indicates that the Aztecs may have come from the Great Plains of America and moved south to become the people we know as Aztecs today. Aztlan, which is sacred to the Aztecs, may have been in North America and not Central America at all.
Very possible.
It's all still a mystery. We're still looking.
Yep.
Shall we go further down? Descend.
Might as well. Alright, we're at the bottom here. And it looks like we've caught the rocks that were placed around, and this is a little spring. Made a little spring. It's dried up now, but you can see the rocks in the ditch here and how you can see how it flows all the way down and channels all the way down.
You just believe that spring is a working spring? Somebody utilized the water for steel.
Yeah.
Somebody caught, this would have ran flat out into the cistern right here where they caught water for their mash.
All the way down.
But this is the beginning of that big system that goes on up. Moonshiners did not stack stones.
No. No, they didn't.
I was hoping to find that. Yeah, because that's a spring. That's a spring. They put up these stones, not so they'd find the spring again, but because the water was important to them.
Yeah.
And they put stones to ritualize this source of water.
Oh yeah. They probably worshipped it to an extent. Yeah.
Look, this is the source. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever.
Tiers.
Here, the stones go up to here. This structure begins with this spring. This is the source of all of it.
Yeah.
And it's like an amphitheater. It goes around us on both sides of this. The largest structure.
So you saying that? So you think maybe that the bottom down there was some sort of performance or something, and these people were sitting on these levels?
Not necessarily the bottom. Right here, these stones in this source of water right here. Because look, you're looking up to what could be rows of people.
Yeah.
Different tiers of people, different classes of people. The lower ones here, the higher echelon, the kings and queens and priests up there. Who knows? and the priest right here. And the warriors up there, just under the wall.
Very spiritual. Very spiritual.
Yep. This is where it begins, right here, the source of water, marked with stones. And you just look, it just cascades up. Starting here with a source of water, stones marking it, and it just cascades up to tier after tier after tier after tier, all the way to the summit, to our left, our west, and to our right, the east, and directly behind us, the south.
Okay, folks, I'm going to try to capture this, but we are standing on a fine piece of engineering here. Again, I'm going to walk up here and see if I can give you the shot that I'm looking at, and then I'm going to stop. But what we're looking at below us is the first tier, we believe. But look at the rocks, how they go all the way around. I mean, it's like perfect engineering. There's the level, and then it goes to the second level, all the way around. There's Bill, all the way around, almost like an amphitheater. And then it goes another tier up, and it does the same thing, following the contour of this valley between the hills. Again, the only thing down here is a spring that comes from underneath the rocks we filmed earlier, and the spring takes you out through there. So what were they worshiping? What were they doing? Again, the camera just probably doesn't do it justice, but we're trying to show it to you guys. As far as you can see rocks, and they follow the contour, all in a line. It was purposefully done. What are your opinions on it, Bill?
It's not a natural formation. I don't care what anybody says.
We're on a fight. We're both of us. Bill is a retired engineer, and I'm a current engineer. So.
And these are not, again, left over by somebody coming in and clearing out a road. That's not stuff that was accidentally pushed up. Nobody cultivated these fields and threw little rocks out of the way so they wouldn't bust the plow point. This is not cultivated or tiered cropland.
We're in the middle of some fine, purposefully done engineering. So,
For ritualistic purpose.
yeah, for ritualistic purposes. It's amazing.
There's too many, even Native Americans didn't farm this. There's too many good creek bottoms here. This all goes into just verdant bottomland in the bottom. They wouldn't try to eke out a meager crop up here in this hard rocky soil. They would have grown great crops south of us in the creek bottoms.
Yeah.
Northeast south of us, all these creek bottoms. They flourished.
Yeah. That's amazing. Take your breath away if you think about it.
The Native Americans here had to have flourished so well that they found leisure time to donate excess energy and time to something that they thought was important, something that's unknown to us now, but this was important to them, and they had the time and the strength and the energy and the people to do it.
Again, what it represented, we don't know. But, I mean, could it have been some descendants of the disciples came here and ministered to the natives, and these were levels that they sat on? There were so many of them. It was kind of a stadium seating. Was it trying to mimic almost the early days of the Roman Colosseum kind of thing? I mean, I'm not sure how far that dates back, but at the precursor of it all could have been the Native Americans. It's amazing. You can see the rows. They go from one point to another, all the way around.
Tier after tier after tier after tier after tier. And there are some incidental structures too contained within here, like the stones around the spring. Ancillary structures here that we don't know what purpose they may have served either.
And again, my thing is following the contour of the ground to make sure the tiers were separated. I mean, that's engineered to make sure one line don't run into the other one. As you get across through here, they stay separated by the same distance, pretty much. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. We just wanted to show you guys this because I hope it comes across good on camera. We wanted to show you kind of what we're looking at.
In engineering and surveying mapping, we do the same thing with a line on a map, on a topo map, showing the different contours. We do it with pen and ink, and they did it with stone.
Yeah. It's amazing what you'll find when you look.
You got to get outside.
Yep. If you close your eyes and you just sort of get quiet in a place like this, you can almost hear the trees talk. You can almost hear the drums. You can almost hear
smell the smoke.
You can just hear, you just sort of start feeling that kind of stuff. This definitely tells a story. We're not sure the whole story, but man, we'd love to know. We'd love to know. Wall after wall. Wall after wall. Again, all the way around. All the way around. amazing.